Charlotte, you're next with Grace on the Grace Curley Show. Go ahead, Charlotte.
Hi, Grace. This is the first time in 50 years that I've ever called into a radio show. I am just a suburban soccer mom down in Southern California. As you may know, we've been locked down for a long time, and our kids haven't been playing sports, which is fine. I have an open Twitter account, and I've always been a moderate, but as you also probably know, our legislature is very active on Twitter, frequently very incendiary, related to labor and wage theft and things like that. Mm-hmm. So a lot of us who are their constituents frequently interact with them. And so one time I interacted with my legislator, and I mentioned that although I thought that her passion for wage theft was admirable, I was very surprised that she was advocating for cheerleading and pay to play for that type of thing. It seemed to be like a little bit hypocritical based on her track record.
Right.
Someone took a screenshot of that tweet that I sent to my legislator, which was totally on an open forum, and they sent it to my daughter's coach. And they said that he needed to better vet his families because I was not committed to diversity.
Oh, my God.
I received a phone call from my daughter's club coach about this and had an hour-long phone conversation with him. And I just feel like I'm already having to be silent about critical race theory and the things that they're saying in school. I've been very quiet because I don't want any backlash for my children, even though I firmly believe that, it's a good conversation to have, but I don't believe that Angela Davis is a celebrated American hero,
right,
which was just said yesterday on tape that we have. But we have to be quiet in that regard. But now they're seeping into children's extracurricular activities.
Charlotte, I so appreciate the call. I do have to hold you there because I got to get this poll question in before the break. But Charlotte, I want you to keep listening, and here's why. I'm having David Marcus on next, and he has a great piece about this exact thing and how people like you should not be shamed into staying quiet, and that expressing your opinion is part of what's going to save us from this disaster. Today's poll question is brought to you by the 110 Grill in Plymouth, Mass. Today's the last day to enter the contest to have dinner with me this Friday. Go to the 110 Grill in Plymouth, pick up a free copy of Howie's book, Plug Uglies, and enter to win the dinner. Jared, what is the poll question, and what are the results thus far?
Do you think the world will be back to normal by this summer?
I'm going to say yes because I hope it is. And guys, by the way, I see Charlotte on the line. The phone screener's back there. Make sure you tell her we appreciate her listening. She's all the way in Cali, and I love that. Go ahead, Jared.
92% of the audience says no. They do not believe we'll be back to normal.
I'm saying yes because I want to be back to normal, and I like to vote based off what I hope will happen. Silver lining. We'll have David Marcus on next. That's an unbelievable story.